I'm paraphrasing here, okay? I don't even know by who, but it goes something like, it is not a measure of sanity, good health, to be well adjusted to a society that is profoundly sick, that is profoundly insane. I think it's some Indian guy. Anyway, some Indian yogi or something. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're interested in wisdom here. So let me repeat that quickly again. It is not a measure of good health, of sanity, to be well adjusted to a society that is profoundly sick, profoundly insane. In case you haven't noticed, we live in some kind of a circus freak show type simulation, right? I like that meme where, you got these aliens, these gray aliens, and they're out there in a spaceship, and you know, they're sitting there like this, and one guy's like asking the other, one alien's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Not much, just chilling, watching another episode of Earth, of Earth show," and it's like it's a pretty like if you haven't noticed, like it's a pretty crazy place. Like humans are kind of insane, right? They're insane, and so this socioeconomic matrix is insane. It doesn't make sense, and people are living sick. People are sick, like physically sick, mentally sick, emotionally sick. And I say this with the uttermost compassion. Like it's a mess. It's a mess. All right, it's a mess. Now look, you can obviously, and you should create your own heavenly version of this without losing track of what the masses are experiencing. I give, obviously, I'm so blessed. Thank you, God. I give all the credit, God. But really, I have created a little heaven for myself here. I'm not living this profoundly sick life. I was fortunate enough to see through the lies and the deception. And I'm just so grateful. I'm really, truly, profoundly grateful for the way my life is. I'm mostly grateful for the guidance to recognize the lies and the deception and the insane ways of society. So you must, and you have to, once you wake up to the insanity, you must do the best you can to create a heaven on earth, a mini heaven on earth for yourself and for the ones you love, if you can, okay, to the best of your ability. That being said, you don't lose track of what the masses are up to. How could you? Because like chances are, for instance, your family, your direct family, your mom, your dad, or your siblings are experiencing, they're probably living, at least some of your family members are probably living that kind of insane life, and they don't recognize it. So when you recognize that, of course, what happens is you begin to step out of some of the boundaries set, societal norms and conditions. You begin to do things differently, and you get shit for it, right? You get called out for it, and then you kind of, in the beginning, when you do that, you feel heartbroken by it, because some of your close friends or your close family, they start to call you out for it. They start to call you crazy. They start to say things to you like, you're going crazy, you're going insane. And I've experienced all of that when I began to wake up and I began to step out of my comfort zone, and I began to create these videos and voice unpopular opinions. I mean, man, I got a lot of shit from my family, okay? A lot of shit from my family for some of the videos I made in regards to me not subscribing to the belief system of Islam anymore. I mean, I got a lot of shit for that from my parents, from my aunts, from, I got a lot of shit for it. A lot of shit. And yeah, and I got a lot of shit from some friends too, but for different topics, different things. And in the beginning, I got mad. Oh, wow, my jaw clicked. In the beginning, I got mad, I got angry, I got frustrated. I got angry, I really got angry. I felt anger, like, I thought you were my friend. Like, for instance, when I graduated from university with a chemical engineering degree, right? And I'm like, nope, I'm not working in that. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I started a fitness channel, which in the beginning was taking off very slow. Actually ended up having 100,000 subscribers. But in the beginning, everything was slow. you know, and my friends who had also graduated, same thing as me for engineering, they started working, and then but deep down they really didn't want to work because they didn't really like what they were doing. But they saw me doing something different, pursuing what I actually love to do. And some of them started saying things like, man, I think you're kind of going a little too far here. You should probably go look for a job. I'm like, who appointed you to be my manager here? Did God appoint you to be my manager? Did God appoint you to be my agent here in life? You know, are you my agent? You know, you want to go hand out my resume, get me a job too while you're at it? And I got angry. I'm like, I thought you were my friend. I thought you support me. Same thing with my parents in that regards and other things too. My mom started like saying things like talking to me in the phone because we're living in different parts of the world. Like, you know, she started like, come on, you're not going to succeed in this. Just go get a job. You have a degree. I started to get angry at people. I remember that phone call. I got angry at my mom. And it took me some time to adjust a little bit and start to like be like, interesting. So humans are just living on programs. Just that's it. They have certain belief systems. Like for instance, in the particular case, my mom just believes, you know, there's a belief system. Yeah, you go to university, get a degree, get a job. At age 65, you retire. You know the classical American dream or whatever you want to call it. And it took me a while to shake off the anger and the frustration. I mean, I thought these people loved me. Don't you want to support me in what I'm doing? I'm doing what I love. I'm going against the grain here to do what I love and pursue my passion. It took me a little bit of time to shake off the anger and be like, humans are just programmed. And when you do wake up, like Neo in the Matrix, and you decide, okay, I'm gonna just follow different programs, I'm gonna do different things, you're gonna get a lot of backlash for it. I started to relax a little bit, and I started to actually gain a little bit of compassion to humans. For like Jesus on the cross, he's got the people crucifying him. He says, Father, forgive them. He's not mad at them. Father, forgive them. They don't know. They not know what they do. You see? And I started slowly. It didn't happen overnight, believe me. It took like a year or two of anger with these people that I thought they loved me. Which they love me, but, you know, they got their own triggers. They got their own problems they're working through. Anyway, it took me a little bit of time to like gain a little bit of perspective here. Perspective is what it is. And when you start to gain perspective, you realize whenever you step out of the guidelines, the unspoken agreements, the unspoken societal conditioning and norms, you're gonna get shit for it. And when you begin to realize that, and you see, I didn't see that coming at the time. But when you see that coming, like, oh yeah, mom's gonna give me a call and be like, oh yeah, that, you know, and you start to see that coming, you relax a little bit. You even can smile about it. You can even like, oh yeah, mom, you're right. Yeah, tomorrow I'll look for a job. And then you hang up the phone and you keep doing what you're doing, right? She calls you again. Have you looked for a job? Oh yeah, I'm looking. Nobody's calling back. Yeah, I'll look again tomorrow. Hang up the phone. I love you, mom. And then you go on about life, right? It takes a perspective. It takes, man, it's hard not to be angry in the beginning. It's hard not to be angry for a while. It takes perspective. But when you do, you start to do things. You start to step out of the guidelines. And you have to do things against the grain, against what society deems to be appropriate. And you should be doing that. You should be doing things. You should stop giving a shit, giving a fuck. Let's just put it out there. You should stop giving a fuck. A flying spaghetti fuck, mind you. The greatest of all fucks. You should stop giving them about what society thinks of you, what your friends think of you, what your family think of you. However, you should do it with wisdom. What do I mean by that? So, for instance, let's say, all right, clothes are unnatural, because that's one thing. You when you start to really challenge the pre-existing beliefs and conditions. Okay, why are we wearing clothes here? Especially when it's beautiful summer, especially when it's beautiful sunny weather. Okay, I'm gonna just be a nudist. I'm gonna be naked. Let's take it as far as that, right? Don't do that in the middle of Manhattan. Don't do that in the middle of downtown, wherever you live. Don't do that on your university campus. Don't do that in your school. Because somebody's gonna call the cops, they're gonna come and they're gonna arrest you for public indecency. So you have to do it with wisdom. So you provide, with certain things, you provide yourself the environment necessary to be able to do the things that you wanna do. You wanna be a nudist? Great. Go move to the tropics, somewhere sunny, and yeah, go live somewhere where you have no neighbors, or go and make some money, buy some off-grid land, and go and do your nudist thing. Go and do your nudist thing. And while you do that, you could go on a I mean, those nudist beaches exist. Go there, knock yourself out. I remember even in Thailand, in Koh Phangan, there was one part of the island they had a nudist beach. If that's your thing, go and seek out these areas where other like-minded people that also decided, I'm gonna stop giving a shit about what society thinks is right and wrong, and I'm gonna just do it the way I think is I want to do it. Seek other like-minded people. Seek those types of environments that are open for these kinds of things that are challenging society's beliefs and conditions. Knock yourself out. So you have to do these things with wisdom. Like in the beginning, for instance, when I was doing the mushrooms, I was doing a lot of mushrooms. And I was like, yep, I love everyone. I'm gonna tell everyone I love them. And I started doing that. And I would get these weird stares, especially in Canada, where people are just not used to affection, right? People are just like so cold and like reserved. And I would go to people, they didn't know that well, like acquaintances. I'm like, I love you, I love you. And I get these weird stares, and I give them a big hug. And it's not that they felt like, why is he doing that? It's more like they got taken back, and they were like giving me these weird looks, like, why is he doing that? What did I do to him, Like, why does he love me so much? Or why is he giving me a big hug? And I started to realize that some people, simply put, are not fit to receive the kind of love that you think in your new Earth 5D world, you should just go and give everybody hugs and I love you. And you recognize not everyone is fit to receive that. Then you begin with wisdom, right? Because it takes a certain level of vulnerability and not giving a shit to just go and tell people I love you and give them hugs. Then with wisdom, you begin to be like, I'm still gonna do that because that's spreading love. But I'm gonna like feel out the person first. Are they open to receive that kind of affection, that kind of love? And if they do, fantastic, right? You have to be wise about this thing. You gotta stop caring what people think, okay? You gotta. If you want to live a half-decent life, you've got to challenge the social conditions. You've got to challenge the societal beliefs and norms and all of that, according to how you think you have to challenge them. But just be wise about it. If you want to be naked all the time, be careful you do it, because you're gonna get arrested for public indecency. And in some parts of the world, like if you do that in Saudi Arabia, good fucking luck, man. Good fucking luck. Whew. All right, you gotta be wise. Like, I mean, look, I know someone, a relative of mine. She lives in a Middle Eastern country. She took off her hijab, right? Her dad beat her up for it. Okay? I mean, she doesn't care. Wow. She's a relative of mine. Wow. I was so supportive of this decision. Unfortunately, I come to find out that she got beaten up. You see? Unfortunately. I absolutely admire, it takes a lot of bravery. She's like, I'm not gonna give a shit. Here I am, living in this society, living in this part of the world where, people are so, the beliefs of the society are so oppressive towards everybody, towards women, more than anybody else. And I'm gonna do this brave thing. And unfortunately, she got beaten up for it, And you know what? Man, like it breaks my heart to think that kind of stuff exists. Should she have maybe provided herself with a better environment before she did that? Maybe. I don't want to say this because I so admire her decision. But again, if maybe a little bit of wisdom in there, Let me wait a little bit, or let me get myself somewhere safe to do that, right? But it's important. It's important for us to challenge all these, pre-existing beliefs. And not every single belief out there, not every single thing, not every single boundary is bad or wrong. There is still some wisdom left in some of the things, some of the traditions. But a lot of these pre-existing traditions and beliefs and all are just complete, utter nonsense. And we should be challenging them, and we should be going against them if we feel the calling to do that. Just, again, certain things. Provide yourself with the proper set and setting, the proper environment, wisdom, proper setting, like-minded people around you, people that can provide you safety and protection. Then knock yourself out. We didn't come here to just conform and abide by these crazy, insane, sick, pre-existing notions. And I can go on and on giving all kinds of examples, but you guys understand what I'm saying here, okay? So my moral of the story here is challenge the beliefs, the lies and the deceptions and the craziness and the insanity and the sickness all around you. Each society has its own version of it. Proceed to go against it. Live freely according to what you deem to be free. Just make sure with certain things you do them in the right set and the setting. Be wise about it. That's all. Protect your safety. Protect your safety. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Because it's in some places you're gonna get arrested. You're gonna get really hurt, really bad. You're gonna get beaten up, physically abused. You're gonna get put in jail. So just do it responsibly. Do it with wisdom. Okay. The mass consciousness is not ready yet for these kinds of freedom and these kinds of behaviors that challenge the pre-existing notions. We're moving slowly but surely there, okay? But the mass consciousness is not ready for certain things yet. We gotta prepare it first. If you go to the gym, you wanna bench press 200 pounds, but you've never been to a gym, don't try to put on 200 pounds. It's gonna fall on your chest. It's gonna cause some issues for you. It's gonna hurt you. Go slowly. And we're slowly introducing, giving the society all around the world all these different faulty, crazy, insane belief systems. Slowly challenge them little by little. Okay? My sincere gratitude to our generous, beautiful donors. Thank you for supporting this channel. I love you guys. If you feel a calling to donate to this channel, support the channel in this way, there's a link down below, donation link in the description. I really appreciate it. I also offer one-on-one consulting services. So if you're interested, the link is down below in the description. Also, give us a follow on Instagram. It's just my name, Saeed Mobayed. And until next time, may the force be with you.